This is the heart of motocross, Southern California, and round 2 of the Lucas Oil Pro Motocross Championship, sanctioned by AMA Pro Racing. It's the Giant RV Glen Helen National.
Before you can get to the end, you have to show the start. Early on, it was Gage Schur wrestling the lead away from Zach Osborne. Aaron Plessinger passed them both. Plessinger in blue on the 23 with the green gear takes over the lead. Great battles just outside of the podium positions. Finally, the 28 of Shane McElrath gets passed by Justin Cooper. Jeremy Martin would follow Cooper through by making this move when McElrath gets sideways.
Yeah, McElrath, you saw him just slide out there, lost the drive.
Late in the race, Osborne coming on strong.
He was going for it. He tried to cut from that left-hand lane to the right, front end tucked, and that's all it took. Lost enough ground, but he had a comfortable gap over third place, so he didn't lose anything.
But all this allowed Plessinger to have a sizable advantage, and by the time the checkered flag came out, he was able to roll across the finish line. Maybe save a little energy for Moto number 2. Second place goes to Osborne. Alex Martin holds off that battle between Justin Cooper and Jeremy Martin. Jeremy's probably not going to be pumped on 5th, knowing that Osborne was up the road, and so was Plessinger. Savacci repasses Marchbanks for 6th. Hampshire, McElrath back to 9th, and Chase Sexton 10th at the end of this one. We're going to show the 11 through 20 here. Jordan Smith 11th on one of the TLD KTMs ahead of his teammate Sean Cantrell. Austin Forkner struggle ends up 13th. Here's your Lucas Oil race recap. We'll show you how we got this Moto win. It was Alex Martin, the orange number 26, getting the whole shot. You don't see much of Plessinger early in this one, but then he'll quickly make moves, get up to 2nd. And then what was a 4-second lead for Alex Martin, he erased that and then gets the lead in the sand rollers.
Yeah, use those legs that he's got just to get that rear wheel driving to the ground. I mean, he made that look very easy. Then the battle will continue until Osborne tries to save it, then has to dismount. Gets back up quickly, but the bike certainly looked a little damaged. Look at the front brake lever way down. My moment of the race was the little kung fu chop afterwards, but then the battle between the brothers would continue. Alex to the inside, Jeremy drives it in. Little brotherly love, I feel there. Alex could have possibly made that very difficult, but they couldn't catch this guy.
No, so it's going to be Jeremy 2nd, Aaron Plessinger 1st. So 1-1, and as Aaron said, he did it by making passes in the second moto, so that makes it feel that much better. Here are your overall results for the day. Brothers Martin on the podium ahead of Osborne, and Savacci. Justin Cooper is 6th. And they're close in points, too. 6 between the two brothers, and as we mentioned, Plessinger and Osborne stacked up tied at the top. Eli can watch this and show him exactly. Yeah, where he made the pass. Christian Craig whole shots this thing, and then unfortunately lap 1 goes down hard, limps off the racetrack, and then a couple riders did get tangled with his motorcycle a few moments after this. This allows Ken Roxon to easily inherit the lead, and he did everything he could to hold Tomac back halfway through the race, just as Eli said. He's finally able to find an opening and put the Kawasaki out front. Then late in it, Marvin Musquin would catch Roxon. Roxon put up a pretty good fight, but going outside in this corner, it did not work in his favor. We thought Marvin might have to make some contact to complete this pass. He didn't. He had enough ground to lock it down fairly easily, and then Tomac goes on to win the Moto. Anderson 4th, Baggett 5th, Barsha, Pike, Cunningham, Merriam up to 9th, and Filthy Phil Nicoletti is 10th.
Yeah, it didn't work out. Yeah, it's a long season. We know that, but right now he's definitely rolling.
That was there. So.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, let's give the Lucas Oil race recap. A couple riders down to the bottom of this hill, then Blake Baggett goes down a little bit further up. There it is.
Well, we saw that. I saw the skid marks of Barsha going over him, but just carnage on the biggest hill. Trust me, folks, that hill is very steep. Roxon pulls in the pits. He thought there was a problem. And I think maybe a rock got between the skid plate and the motor, which makes it sound like the bike's about a grenade, but he goes out and everything was okay.
Roxon somehow came all the way back to 8th in this moto. It took a while for Tomac to get going here. He was in 3rd, then he gets around Marvin Musquin, and we didn't think he'd have a chance to catch Jason Anderson, who was maintaining a solid 8-second lead, but then late in the race, as Tomac said, it was game time. Time to go. Closed the gap and pulled off a very quick pass. We did not think he would have time to catch Anderson. He did it with a lap to spare. Just an impressive performance from Eli. And as you said, man, when this guy is on, he might just be unbeatable, and he is definitely on right now, and he has not been beaten so far in 2018. Barsha what could have been, might have been a first turn crash or early first lap crash. He avoided it. Fourth, as I mentioned, Roczen all the way up to 8th. He actually passed Baggett late in that one. Baggett, though, pretty good considering his situation to get into the top 10.
Cody Cooper? That was awesome.
Cody Cooper. Tomato, the Japanese rider, 14th or 15th. There's the overall. Anderson up on the podium. Barsha consistent again. He was 3rd last week, 4th this time. And Roczen in the top 5. A great salvage job after that visit to the mechanics area in Moto number 2. Pike, Baggett, Nicoletti, Chisholm, Cody Cooper rounds out the top 10. Good job by the Kiwi, Cooper. Here's your point standings.
Yeah.
Moose again all the way 14 down on Tomac.